Sure. I'm looking forward to meeting with them sometime over the next few weeks, and the Public Utilities Committee will give them a full and fair hearing, and I expect that we'll seek information about their backgrounds. But what I've seen so far, they both seem to be pretty well qualified.
Senator Huffman announced school voucher legislation yesterday. I'm curious where you stand on that, and you think we'll see a vote on that on the floor?
I haven't had a chance to read the entire bill yet, but Senator Huffman and I have talked about it on and off for a while, and I knew that was coming. The size and the scope and the extent of it, I'm not sure about, so sometime over the next few weeks we'll delve into that, and we'll be discussing it in caucus in the relatively near future to get the parameters. I'd say in general our caucus is supportive of the idea of school choice and the ability of the citizens of Ohio to be able to do whatever they think is best for their children.
Do you like the idea of being able to take the state money, if you don't use it, to be able to put it into a savings account? I mean, that seems to be a bit of a switch from that's just school choice. Now we're kind of moving into other areas.
And that's something that we'll discuss as a caucus to determine where we're at and to see what the arguments are for doing something like that and what the arguments are against. It's pretty early in the process to weigh in and say this is the right approach or this is the wrong approach. I want Senator Huffman to be able to air out his position with everyone first.
Sorry if somebody already asked this, but the Senate Bill 66, Senator Eklund and Tavares talking about giving a judge more discretion when it comes to sentencing. What are your thoughts on that bill?
I think that is, to some degree, an outgrowth of the process that we've had with the Criminal Justice Recodification Committee, which I served on for more than a year. I think that they're doing very good work. And we had important sentencing reform here about 5 or 6 years ago. That's worked to some degree. We have a significantly lower recidivism rate in Ohio than they have across the country generally. The number of people that we have in prisons, I think, is still alarmingly high, and I think that this is an attempt by Senator Eklund and Senator Tavares to hopefully address that problem as well. We'll see where we end up, but I've looked at the 8 to 10 major issues that are found in John's various proposals, and we've worked with DRC on those, and I think it's probably a good step in the right direction. Our approach, at least since I've been in the legislature, has been to be smart on crime, that it's not necessarily about being tough on crime or lenient, but to do things that make sense. So if you're a nonviolent drug offender, for example, get you the treatment that you need so that you can get back on your feet and become a productive member of society instead of going to prison and becoming a hardened criminal. And those are the types of changes that Senators Eklund and Tavares are focused on, and we'll air those out as a caucus, but I think in general we're supportive of those principles.
Do you like going on the road for State of the State?
Well, we had it in Medina a few years ago, and I thought it was a great opportunity both to showcase our local community to people who otherwise might not have spent any time there, but also to bring government directly to the people. And I think one of the concerns that we've heard over the last few years, and certainly this last election cycle will bear it out, is that I think a lot of people feel like they're left out of the process, that government is something that's far away and not easily attainable, and this will give people the opportunity to interact directly with legislators, certainly people in the Sandusky area. It will give us the opportunity to showcase a key part of our state and hopefully to focus on some of the issues that matter up there related to water quality and tourism and some of those things. So I think that it's a positive move for direct democracy.
The budget has a provision in it that would require teachers to do an on-site workplace experience before renewing their license. What do you think of that requirement?
That's something that will get aired out over the next few weeks as well, but I believe that it has some opposition already, and I'm not sure there's a direct connection. I understand what the governor is trying to get at, that we want the people who are educating our children to understand the need for workforce development specifically, and to help shape the skill sets that our children are going to need as they grow up to join the workforce. But I don't know that doing a specific internship at a business or working at a local chamber really accomplishes that. I think, frankly, that what we've done recently with the Community Connectors program would be a good idea to expand upon, and I've talked to a number of other people, including teachers, who feel the same way, who've suggested, hey, if you really want to have an impact, let's have people come into the classroom who are succeeding in local businesses and show students what some of the opportunities are out there, and maybe provide them with the extra motivation that you can't get just from talking about it in a dry setting. Actually speaking to people who are out there, who come from different walks of life, who are working in different areas, to give kids something to look forward to.
The House today moved House Bill 9, which is a bill that's kind of cleaning up a lame duck bill regarding cars that pull up to red lights and whether or not they change fast enough. The argument is that the way the bill's written, it kind of turns red lights into stop signs, and they need to fix that, so they're taking steps to do it. Or I didn't know if you were aware of it, if you plan to move it quickly.
I haven't had a chance to look at that bill yet, but we will take a look at it this week, and if that's something that needs to be fixed, if it's created a loophole like you're suggesting, we'd obviously be interested in fixing that.
All right, guys.